Hey guys, I'm back and I'm going to show you exactly why I said that there are no prerequisites for AAC or speech generating devices. Here we go. Okay, let me just start here with the American Speech and Language Hearing Association, ASHA. This is our national organization for speech language pathologists and audiologists. If there's anyone that's updated on the most recent research on AAC or anything related to communication and hearing, it is our national organization, ASHA. So right here, it says there's no age limit, there's no cognitive or linguistic requirements, there's no motor skill requirements. American Speech and Language Hearing Association states that there are no specific prerequisites such as age, cognitive, linguistic, or motor skills for starting with augmentative and alternative communication. We must focus on individual needs, presume confidence. If you are trying to get an AAC device for your child and a speech and language pathologist or any other specialist tells you that there are prerequisites and your child does not meet the prerequisites, they are wrong. I usually don't say negative things, but if the American Speech and Language Hearing Association says that there are no prerequisites, there are no prerequisites. So my suggestion would be to find another speech pathologist or another location. If your school doesn't get it for you for some reason, go to outside speech pathologists with, hopefully, if you have insurance, it could be state Medicaid, any type of insurance. That will help you get a device funded for you. This is AssitiveWare. This augmentative and alternative communication is blocked when users are required to prove themselves as ready and worthy before they can get AAC. Instead, we presume competence. We do not require any prerequisite skills before someone can be eligible for full AAC. Many things have changed since the early days of augmentative and alternative communication in the 1970s and 80s. Back then, most AAC practitioners believed that the certain prerequisite skills were needed before AAC could be recommended, and individuals had to prove themselves. Before they could have AAC, they had to understand cause-effect, understand that symbols represent objects and actions, show certain motor skills, demonstrate a minimum level of language understanding, demonstrate a minimal level of cognition. So now it's 40 years later, we know more, we have better AAC systems. And what we found is that there are no prerequisites needed for AAC. So I'm going to come down a little bit. It says that despite this, often individuals are blocked, still are blocked from accessing AAC. Some individuals are required to prove themselves as ready and worthy for AAC. Individuals are given basic beginning AAC that only allows them to communicate a few messages, like asking for things. It may only have 2 to 6 words presented at a time. In this situation, they are required to prove that they can use this tool before they're given more words. These are limiting communication opportunities, and that if you're doing that, it says right here, we are doing this based on old ways of AAC practice. It says don't start with beginning AAC. It is important not to start with what is often called beginning AAC. Beginning AAC is when the systems have only a few buttons for a user to choose from. And then they must master in order to give them more words. And when you're doing that, you're significantly limiting the language development of the AAC learner. So if you are working with a practitioner, a speech pathologist, school district, or clinic that tells you there is a prerequisite to AAC like age or cognition, or that starting with only a few symbols and then making sure they can master those few symbols before you increase the amount of symbols they have or their grid size or whatever, they're not up to date with the current research on AAC, and they certainly are not communicating with the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association or doing their research or finding out what ASHA says about AAC. So if you are working with someone that says that, then my suggestion would be find someone new or direct them to the American Speech and Language and Hearing Association, direct them to any updated research on the use of AAC and whether or not there are prerequisites. We as professionals are supposed to be continue to follow current research and evidence-based practice. So we are supposed to follow and update ourselves on the current research. If we're not doing that and we are recommending outdated information, it can really limit options for a child, even or an adult. Limit options for them, and that's just not a good thing. So again, go to ASHA, go to any new research, the latest research. They can look up the latest research on AAC and whether or not there are prerequisites, and it will show you right there are not. All right, guys, so just so parents know, maybe you guys already know, but just in case, don't listen to that. Go to someone who is current with their research. All right, bye guys.